Welcome back to 7 Part B on the 2018 paper. So we have two sets of data to compare here. They're both in histograms. One of them we drew earlier in 7 Part A, and one of them's drawn for us. And we're going to compare which ones have more sunflowers that are at least 340 centimetres tall, because we get paid some extra money for those. Okay. So let's draw that boundary for 340 centimetres. That's right there. Okay, and we're interested in ones that are taller than that. So that's these ones, and also these ones. So these ones we get a bit extra for. So you remember earlier we worked out the frequency density by doing the frequency divided by the class width. We can also work that backwards and do frequency density times class width to get the frequency. Okay, so let's do it on this rightmost bar. The frequency density is 0.1. And the class width 350 to 400, that's 50. Grab the calculator, 0.1 times 50 is 5. Okay, strictly, I didn't really need a calculator for that, but whatever. Okay, and then this small part here, this tall narrow bit, the width is 10 and the height is 0.8. So that's 8 sunflowers right there. Okay, so we've got 13 out of 80 for this type B. I'm going to change it into a percentage because we've got a different sample size for this batch, and it's easier to compare percentages than fractions. So 13 out of 80 times 100, that is 16.25%. So his type B sunflowers, he's got a 16.25% chance of getting the premium. Okay, let's have a look at type A. And again, I'm going to draw an extra line on my histogram. You won't lose marks for doing this. So 340, that's the cut-off point for getting this extra money. And we are interested in these ones and these ones. Okay. So I'm just going to work it out on here, and then I'm going to transfer my calculations, I think. The rightmost bar, I've got the height is 0.04 times the width 50. That gives me 2. So this is 2. And then the tall thin bit, the height is 0.6 and the width is 10, so that's 6. Okay, I'm gonna go back down to the rest of my thing. So in batch A, we had a total of 8 sunflowers that get the premium. Out of, how many did we plant? 60 seeds. So I'm comparing 8 out of 60. Definitely want to change that into a percentage to make it easy to compare. I'm giving it 2 decimal places to make it easy to compare. It is actually a 0.3 recurring. So which one has a greater proportion of sunflowers, batch A or batch B? And it's batch B.